Okay, so this is part 4. Remember, they're changing my voice. Really quickly, I want to say that when the co-defendant fought Daryl, you know what I'm saying, that he didn't have that much experience in fighting. In fact, I'm pretty sure that was his first serious fight. So he did very, very well, very well, very well. Where Daryl was, used to boxing. Okay, so I had showed him some stuff in the past, but I didn't teach him high-level martial arts. I didn't teach him my system. I didn't have my system back then. That's something I came up with later. Okay, so there's that. So let's go over the first 10 points of the martial art code. It's 2 videos ago. Point number 1, the highest cause, right? Keep in mind, you die anyway. If you don't have the highest cause in life, you're wasting your life. To be a man, you've got to have the highest cause. Ver in virtue means man. And the word ver is like the word veer. Veer from being a kid and be a man and have the highest cause. You know what I mean? So that's the point number 1. Now, I'm not going to say this as well as I'd like to say this. I'm being fumed and I wanted to get this over with. I just made part 3. They try to make it so I sound bipolar or something. They try to make it so I sound like I have a lisp at times, or gay, or weird, or like a parody on myself or something. They're fucking immature. Again, we're talking about fraternities. Fraternities are fucking bitch. Secret societies. I respect the Girl Scouts more than a secret society. I mean, they're fucking disgraced. Okay, and the European royals are sticking their nose at everyone still. They didn't learn from history. They're still sticking up their nose at everyone, looking like Justin Bieber in a suit with a crest on. I mean, it's fucking disgraceful. It's painful for me to see, and I'm not them. You know what I mean? Okay, so number 1, if you don't have the highest cause, you're a fucking dumbass, basically wasting your life. Okay, number 2, the second point of my martial code. Anyone who moves against me is a dumb son of a bitch. Okay? If they hacked your brain at the time, okay, you got to scramble to make up for it. And you got to be vigilant. Now that you know they're hacking people's brains, you got to take measures to make sure that you don't move against Jesus. Point number 3. There's no point in them taking over the world to brag that Pinky and the fucking Brain took over the world. That's stupid. Okay, what are you getting out of that? Who's taking over the world? Communists? Great, you made one big communist, M. Bison, Zangief world. Fucking retarded. George Bush and them, some crony capitalist planet, dumber than shit. The church breeding a false Christ, trying to mimic me, dumber than hell. No one wants an imposter Christ pretending so that people who are related to him can feel like, yeah, that's my boy. That's corny as fuck. That's stupid. Shame on them for that. Fucking retarded. I shouldn't have to explain it more than that, right? If you're not, even the word point, right, is the words in top scrambled into it. Okay? And the word pin, right, pinpoint it is scrambled into it. Okay? So on tip, okay, on point, in top, pinpointed, what have you. Point number 4. Okay, I won in spite of psyops. That's even in the code. They had no viable counterargument for years and years and years. Since 2012 with my first challenge. The most important challenge was in 2013, December 20th, 2013. They have no viable counterargument. So I put in the code. I said, look, they have no viable counterargument. And in my opinion, is the only one that matters. I am the essence of a black belt. That means I'm the essence of the judge. Kuro Obi, black belt. Obi means king, heart, hut, essence, center, temple, core. Christ, it means me. They're supposed to carry my spirit. I'm the judge. I sit in judgment. And I've judged that my martial art code is correct. My holy book is correct. Both are infinitely greater than the Bible, the Torah, and the Quran put together. And that I won. And I shall reign forever and ever as God's son. One with the Father. Point number 5. Oh no, point number 4, there's A and B. So A, when you cripple somebody to try to show them up, if Harry Potter crippled Tyson and said he's tougher than him, or he said that, hey, his cousin Jim Carrey is tougher than him, or Butterbean, would you respect it? If he said it was Holyfield, let's say for the sake of argument, Tyson is better boxer than Holyfield, there's some controversy there. Okay, would you respect it? No. That's fucking retarded. How much more when it's the Son of God? The American military lives in extreme shame. They need to scramble to try to repent. Okay, the government is not leading them effectively. They are not right with God. They ran a psyop on the Son of God and try to make sure he's poor and played out to the best of their ability, give or take. with the other groups doing it. Frats, intelligence community, police officers, gangs, schools, on and on and on. And everyone this day and age who's about my age knows that people are targeted to varying degrees. They know that beyond a reasonable doubt. Even Donald Trump claims to have been targeted to some degree. He was. Not that he's a good guy. I'm targeted for the right reasons. Gang stalking, gang stall king, and gangs talking, right? They're trying to do the talking for me. And it's not just street gangs. It's criminals in corporations and frats who are a gang of people, a mob, right? Democracy, the people. Mob rule, the rule of a group of people. Of course, these are dickheads with no heart whatsoever. They're hardly people. They're inhuman. They don't have the humanity. What they're doing is inhumane. They're scum. So also, that's point B there, is to insult me is fucking pathetic. There is no winning an insult game. If I say, hey, you know, who should we say here? If I say, hey, George Bush is a bitch, and he gets on TV and says, well, you know, I'm not the one who thinks he's Jesus, then he looks dumber than shit. He is dumber than shit. You see what I'm saying? He says it behind the scenes. He's dumb. There's no insulting Jesus and winning that exchange. Okay, that's in the code because it's a no-brainer. And it's important that it has to be said because people don't get that. Point number 5 is to deny that I'm the top martial artist emasculates someone. What are you, a bitch? You're afraid to admit that the top martial artist ever is the top. Well, you're a racist, sniveling, you know, Justin Bieber. No offense to Bieber, what's come to mind. We'll say Pinky from Pinky and the Brain, bitch. You a sissy? You a Simpson character? You bend over your kid too for the state and say, you know, see no evil, hear no evil, and act like a bitch? Because what's more pathetic than denying that I'm Christ and the top martial artist? Point number 6. To abuse martial arts for personal reasons makes someone emasculated, makes them a punk, a bitch, a coward, a wuss, a pansy, a sissy. Someone who lacks self-control, a worm. Okay, point number 7 is that brute force is not divine force. Like it says in the Bible, if you rely on your own flesh and your own emotions instead of the Spirit of God and think wisely, right? The Spirit of God gives you discernment and wisdom. Then you're just a dumb brute. It's senseless brute force. That's part of why I don't respect Daryl, because he was trying to leverage senseless brute force over somebody who was clearly in the right because he's a knucklehead punk. Instead of making arrangements with me, to pay me back over time, okay? And that's another thing, that he didn't offer to pay me back, and that led to him getting socked up. And all he accomplished was helping me train somebody who was in my crew to have some boxing experience in a way that was fairly controlled so they could see what that's like and be ready. You know, in a sense, he jumped him in for me. When he got socked up good for a mere $60. I would not want to go against Christ, okay, and have someone in his crew sock him up, you know, sock me up in that situation. Okay, no, I'm, you know, if I was him, I would not want that to happen for $60 fucking dollars. Having jacked his girlfriend while he's at work. That's fucking pathetic. Point number 8 is senseless violence is senseless. It's stupid. Okay? Just because someone can fight doesn't mean they should go around beating up people and throwing their weight around. Just because there's the military has lots of guns and drones doesn't mean they should pick on people and think that they're doing something. Point number 9, the word martial is like the word marital and the word martyr for a reason. The pinnacle of romance comes with someone being willing to martyr themselves for God on the drop of a hat. That's the pinnacle of marriage. If someone isn't willing to die for God, their marriage isn't valid. So martial is marital scrambled, and I, Christ, and the bridegroom, and the word martial is like the word martyr for a reason. Point number 10, in life you die anyway. 189,000 or so people die every day. It's like 68 million people a year or something. I forgot what it is. Okay, estimated, right? Estimated 189,000 people die every day. Some people are children. There's like 10,000 children who die every day of starvation and hunger-related issues. So if there's 10,000 children that die of hunger-related issues, why are people afraid to die? You're afraid to do something that 10,000 children go through every single day? Why won't you stick up for what's right? It's very clear. Martial is marital scrambled, and I, Christ, and the bridegroom, the Son of God, the top martial artist. Who did you think it was? The Pope? Did you think it was some hippie with long hair, some white hippie, some Jewish hippie? It's I, the Son of God, the top martial artist. It's not very hard to figure that out when you hear it. So when you consider that, killing somebody doesn't make you the man. October 7th doesn't make Hamas the man. Bombing all these Palestinians and it doesn't make Israel the man. Okay, it's senseless violence. People die anyway. Learn to count your days. The word death has the word date scrambled in it. The word performative has the word mate, perform, mate, vi. Okay, without the E, right? Mate with the E, vi without the E, or vi with the E and mate without the E. It's in the word, performative. Now, what are again, do I think people should put on a fucking act? No. Keep it real. But part of being a celebrity or a public figure it is affecting dating. And when they cheated me out of my right to lead and to be a public figure, they fucked up. And they fucked up people's lives and marriages and offspring. Thank you.